Volunteers are such an integral part of the Roice-Hurst family. We couldn't do the work we do without you, without your love for our pets, without your commitment to our staff, to the cleanliness of our facility, to the success of our events, and really just your commitment to the mission of promoting bonds between pets and their people.
The volunteers, I think, are the lifeblood of this organization. And I just want to really thank you all for always opening up your compassionate hearts and giving these animals really the human attention that they crave and desire.
Volunteers are so beneficial for the shelter pets. You guys bring extra time for enrichment and walks and sitting with the scared dogs and cats, stuff that wouldn't necessarily be able to happen as often with just staff on board because the busy day to day.
The task that I'm thankful that volunteers help us with is a lot of the walking and some of the socializing, because we do get busy at Roice-Hurst with adoptions and all kinds of stuff. So when we have those extra hands, the volunteers, it actually puts us at ease because we know that the animals are still being taken care of, but we're doing our other duties.
I can't thank volunteers enough for helping us walk and helping us clean. That's really, really big. On a really busy day with multiple showings, it's really nice to know that I can always count on a volunteer to wash the cat pans or to wash the dishes or to just help walk dogs at the end of the day when it's been a really hectic day. And they always come in with a smiling face, so that's something that's always appreciated.
There's no task that is too small for volunteers to do. I mean, they help us with things from doing laundry and dishes and wiping up the floors and picking up poop in the side yard and walking the dogs and socializing cats. I mean, all of the tasks. If I were to name every task I'm thankful for, we would be here forever.
Our animals are very lucky to have the volunteer support that they do, and we're very lucky to have those volunteers. It really allows us to be a dynamic facility with members of the community always flooding in and out, and it's a really beautiful thing to see a volunteer come through on day one as something like a V1 or a V2, and then all of a sudden a few months later they're here 5 days out of the week and they've got their V4 badge and they're all in. It's a really special thing to see.
They're extremely helpful. Whenever we're really busy either walking or training the dogs, they're inside doing the laundry, taking care of the dishes, and when we're inside doing things such as that, like cleaning, and they're either out with the animals or helping fix up the place, which is absolutely amazing.
They benefit the shelter pets because I think that the dogs get tired of seeing the same people all day long, so it's good for them to get a break and just more variety of people to help better prepare them for their home, wherever that may be.
I certainly appreciate everything that everybody does that has to do with animal care, because it certainly makes my job easier. It's absolutely fantastic to be able to come up with a plan for an animal, put it out there, give it to everybody and know it's going to get done and it's going to get done well, and we couldn't do that without volunteers.
I am so grateful for all of the volunteers, both on and off site, who provide so much love and care to all of our animals in need. I have a special place in my heart for all of our foster volunteers who take home the itty bitty baby kittens and the dogs who need to learn manners, nursing mamas, our sickest animals who need a little bit of extra help. Our COVID companion fosters have really helped tremendously to clear our kennels and get all of our animals into safe, loving homes. It's amazing to see all of the support that we've received since the beginning of this pandemic, and we really can't say thank you enough.
It has been so weird in the shelter. Cat room is quiet, the kennels are quiet, and I am realizing now more and more how much I miss the chaos of it all. It is so apparent how different it is without volunteers here every single day. The energy is entirely different. There's some sort of energy that volunteers bring in with them where they're just willing to do anything for a cat or a dog that really needs them.
It's sad and lonely. I miss all of them being here, and it just feels like a different place.
Without volunteers, the shelter is very quiet. Missing your faces regularly, we definitely miss the presence and the joy that you guys bring.
I think it's a little less bright without volunteers here. I know that when they're here, they're always in a good mood and they're always really cheerful, and they add that extra little oomph to our day and just kind of brighten everything up a little bit.
It's very empty now that the volunteers aren't here. Usually when volunteers come in, there's always a smiling face around the corner.
I find myself talking with the staff about how much we miss our volunteers on a regular basis. We regularly have daily tasks that we find ourselves saying, what if X, Y, or Z was here? And we really miss them.
It's a lot quieter. It's definitely a lot lonelier. I'm missing all the fun, all the familiar faces, and everybody like coming in. I miss seeing like Jenny and Jim and Connie, just to name a few. They always have like great jokes and amazing attitudes, and they make a hard day better.
My most meaningful moment with one of our volunteers was with our volunteer, Stacy Mindell, and it was during one of our animal-assisted activity groups at the Division of Youth Services, and there was a bunch of little kittens running around, but it was really inspiring to see the way that Stacy talked to these youth in a compassionate way and really used the animals as an avenue for healing, which was a pretty powerful thing. And I'm just so thankful and honored every day that I get to really work with all of our volunteers and our fosters. It gives me a lot of hope.
So something that I'll never forget. So I set up a kitten room with air conditioning, and I thought I did a pretty fantastic job putting it together, and I had everything. I had gone to Home Depot and got what I needed and put it together, and I thought I was pretty intelligent. Jim came in and looked at it and smiled at me and said, that's one way you could do that. And very politely put it together the way it should have been done without making me feel like an idiot, which was fantastic.
One of the volunteers that I have the most interaction with is Karen Hughes. For a long time, she has written most or all of our thank you notes to donors, and it's always so nice to see her. She's always so sweet and happy to be out and about. One of the most meaningful moments for me is this past Christmas. She brought cookies and fudge for the office. I did share a little bit with my co-workers at the office, but I ate quite a few myself, and it meant a lot to know that she was thinking of us at that time.
One of the funny memories I have of one of the volunteers is Leonard Cruz. He was here at our shelter break, and he was actually sitting in a cold pool of water trying to raise money for the shelter.
I know I'm biased, but I have to say I just love Irene, our transportation queen. She makes me laugh every time I see her, so it's always a treat to run into her and hear about all of her fun explorations when she goes across state lines to transport pets.
Thank you, volunteers. We really appreciate you and miss you lots.
Thank you. Happy Volunteer Appreciation Week.
Thank you. Have a happy Volunteer Appreciation Week.
Thank you guys so much, and happy Volunteer Appreciation Week.
Thank you. Happy Volunteer Appreciation Week.
From the bottom of my heart, thank you. Happy National Volunteer Appreciation Week.
Thank you. Happy Volunteer Appreciation Week.
Happy Volunteer Appreciation Week. Thank you so much.
Thank you, and happy Volunteer Appreciation Week.
Thank you so much. Happy Volunteer Appreciation Week.
Thank you. Happy Volunteer Appreciation Week.
Thank you to everybody, and I want to wish everyone a happy Volunteer Appreciation Week.
Thank you, and happy Volunteer Appreciation Week.
Thank you from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate everything that everybody does. It's awesome having everybody willing to help this organization become an awesome organization. We couldn't do it without you. It's great coming in every day knowing the animals are going to be taken care of, and I appreciate everybody coming in, and thank you very much.
On behalf of the Board of Directors, to our wonderful volunteers, thank you.
poo.
Thank you guys very, very much, and we truly, truly, deeply love you guys all and appreciate everything that you do. Words can't express how much we appreciate all the stuff that you do here. So thank you very much, and happy Volunteer Appreciation Day. We love you. Mwah!